Gavin, your state is a hellhole. People are fleeing California. It's a disaster. Homelessness, crime, high taxes, a total failure.
Donald, if California is such a failure, why are we the fifth largest economy in the world, bigger than your beloved red states combined? You talk about failure. You should look in the mirror.
Good evening. Tonight, a preview of 2028, a battle between two Americas. In one corner, Donald Trump, the 45th president, leader of the MAGA movement, representing red state America. In the other, Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, a progressive icon, representing blue state America. This isn't just a political debate. It's a culture war, a clash of ideologies. Newsom's California is a laboratory for progressive policies on climate, immigration, and social issues. Trump sees it as a dystopian warning of America's future under Democrat rule. They are the two most powerful and opposing figures in American politics today. For the next 12 minutes, they go head-to-head. The future of America is on the line. Governor Newsom. President Trump constantly attacks California's economy. He points to high taxes, suffocating regulations, and the so-called California exodus of companies like Tesla and Oracle moving their headquarters to Texas and Florida. Yet California remains the fifth largest economy in the world. Who is right? Is California thriving or collapsing? 1 minute.
Donald, you love to cherry-pick anecdotes while ignoring facts. Let's talk facts. California's GDP is over $3.8 trillion. We created more jobs last year than Texas and Florida combined. We have more venture capital, more patents, more engineers, and more Nobel laureates than any state in the nation. Silicon Valley, Hollywood, biotech, we dominate the industries of the future. The California exodus is a myth pushed by Fox News. Yes, some billionaires chase lower taxes. Elon Musk moved Tesla's HQ on paper, but he's still expanding his manufacturing and R&D here. Why? Because this is where the talent is. This is where innovation happens. Meanwhile, what's the model in your beloved red states? Low wages, poor health care, failing schools, and banning books. They compete to be the cheapest. We compete to be the best. California is not collapsing. We are the engine of the American economy, and frankly, our success funds your red states through federal taxes. You're welcome.
An engine? Gavin, your engine is sputtering and smoking, and people are jumping off the train. It's not a myth, it's a fact. Hundreds of thousands of people are fleeing your socialist paradise every year for states run by smart Republicans. They're tired of the highest income tax in the nation. They're tired of gas prices at $7 a gallon because of your crazy Green New Deal policies. They're tired of regulations that make it impossible to build a house or run a small business. You talk about GDP? That's all big tech and Hollywood money. What about the middle class? They're getting crushed. U-Haul can't even keep trucks in stock in California because so many people are leaving. And where are they going? To Florida, to Texas, to places with no state income tax, low crime, and freedom. I made America's economy the strongest in history. Low unemployment for everyone, low taxes, booming manufacturing. You inherited a booming economy from me and almost ran it into the ground with your lockdowns. You are the poster child for radical left-wing failure. California is a warning to America. If you vote for Democrats like Gavin, you get high taxes, high crime, and a U-Haul truck heading out of state.
President Trump, let's turn to immigration. You promised to build a wall and launch the largest deportation operation in American history. Governor Newsom's California is a sanctuary state, providing services and protection to undocumented immigrants. Is Newsom's policy a compassionate necessity, or is it, as you claim, an open invitation for chaos and crime? 1 minute.
It's an invasion. It's not immigration, it's an invasion. Gavin Newsom has hung a giant welcome sign on the border. Millions of people are pouring in illegally. We don't know who they are. They could be terrorists, criminals, people from mental institutions. And they're bringing crime. They're bringing drugs. Fentanyl is flowing into our country and killing our kids, and it's coming through the border that he wants to keep open. Sanctuary cities are a disaster. They protect criminal aliens from deportation. Somebody comes in, commits a horrible crime, and Gavin's policies say, "We're not going to cooperate with ICE. We're going to release them back onto the street." It's insanity. My policy was simple, and it worked. Build the wall. Remain in Mexico. Title 42. We had the most secure border in history. I will end this invasion on day one. I will finish the wall, and I will begin deporting the millions of people who have come here illegally under Joe Biden and Gavin Newsom. We must have a country. We must have a border.
Donald's entire worldview is based on fear and division. He talks about an invasion of people seeking a better life. I see human beings. I see families fleeing violence and poverty. I see people who come here to work, to start businesses, to contribute to our society. Let's be clear. California's sanctuary policies are about building trust between immigrant communities and law enforcement. If an undocumented person witnesses a crime, we want them to be able to report it without fear of deportation. It makes our communities safer, not more dangerous. And the idea that immigrants are criminals is a racist lie. Study after study shows that immigrants, both legal and undocumented, commit crimes at a lower rate than native-born citizens. They are the backbone of our agricultural industry, our construction industry, our service industry. Our economy would collapse without them. What was Donald's policy? Ripping children from their mother's arms at the border, putting kids in cages. That's not strength. That's cruelty. That's not American. California chooses compassion. We choose to treat people with dignity. We are a state built by immigrants, and we are proud of it. Your wall is a monument to your own failure and your own fear of a changing America.
Governor, let's talk about crime. Viral videos show smash-and-grab robberies in broad daylight in San Francisco and LA. Homeless encampments are taking over entire city blocks. Critics, including President Trump, blame your progressive policies, like Proposition 47, which reduced some felonies to misdemeanors, and defund the police rhetoric. Are they right? 1 minute?
Look, are we facing challenges with homelessness and crime? Absolutely. Every major city in America is. But to blame it on progressive policies is a simplistic right-wing talking point. The root causes are complex. Decades of rising housing costs, a national mental health crisis, the opioid epidemic, and systemic inequality. We're tackling this head-on. We've invested billions in Project Home Key, moving over 70,000 people off the streets and into housing. We've deployed the National Guard to combat fentanyl trafficking. We've increased police funding in major cities, despite what Donald claims. And Proposition 47? It was passed by voters to end the era of mass incarceration for low-level drug offenses, which disproportionately affected minority communities. It's not the cause of organized retail theft. Red states with harsh laws like Texas and Florida have seen similar or worse increases in crime rates. This isn't a blue state problem, it's an American problem.
An American problem created by Democrats. Gavin can give you all the excuses he wants. It's complex, he says. No, it's simple. You let criminals out of jail. You tell police they can't do their jobs. You tell people they can steal up to $950 worth of goods and nothing will happen. And what do you get? You get chaos. I walk through the streets of San Francisco, and it's a war zone. Tents, needles, people defecating on the street. It's disgusting. This is what happens when the radical left is in charge. It's not about housing affordability, it's about a lack of consequences. It's about a lack of law and order. When I was president, we had law and order. We backed the blue. We put criminals behind bars where they belong. My first day back in office, I will sign an executive order to crack down on this. We will send federal law enforcement into these failed Democrat cities if they refuse to clean up their act. We will bring back sanity. We will make our cities safe again. Gavin's California is a nightmare. My America will be a dream.
We now enter direct exchange. You will ask each other one hard question, no evasion. Governor Newsom, you begin.
Donald, you are a twice-impeached former president who has been found liable for sexual assault and massive financial fraud. You have 88 pending felony charges for trying to overturn an election and stealing classified documents. You incited a violent mob to attack the U.S. Capitol. My question is simple. How can you possibly run on a platform of law and order when you have shown nothing but contempt for the rule of law your entire life?
It's a witch hunt, a total political witch hunt, and everybody knows it. The Democrats are desperate. They can't beat me at the ballot box, so they try to beat me in court with crooked prosecutors and biased judges in blue states. The American people see right through it. Every indictment, my poll numbers go up. They're not indicting me, they're indicting you. They're coming after our freedom, and I'm just standing in the way. Sexual assault, a totally fake story from 30 years ago, made up by a whack job. Financial fraud, my company is stronger than ever. The documents, I had every right to have them. I declassified them. Biden had classified documents in his garage for years, and nothing happened. It's a two-tiered system of justice. The real crime is what the radical left is doing to this country, and that's what I'm fighting. I wear these indictments as a badge of honor because it means I'm fighting for you. Gavin, my turn. During the pandemic, you locked down your state, crushed small businesses, closed schools, and forced masks on 2-year-olds. Then, you were famously caught having a fancy dinner party at the French Laundry, maskless, with a bunch of lobbyists. My question, are you a leader who believes in science, or are you just another elite hypocrite who thinks the rules don't apply to you?
I made a mistake. I admitted it, and I apologized for it the next day. But let's not pretend that one dinner party is the same as your catastrophic mishandling of the entire pandemic. You told people to inject bleach. You called it a hoax. You downplayed it for months while hundreds of thousands of Americans died. My policies, based on science, saved lives in California. Your policies led to preventable deaths across the country. I'll take my mistake over your deadly incompetence any day.
Gentlemen, final statements. 30 seconds each. Governor Newsom, you begin.
The choice tonight is clear. It's a choice between the California that's building the future and the America that Donald Trump wants to drag back to the past. We choose innovation over grievance. We choose diversity over division. We choose compassion over cruelty. We are the world's 5th largest economy for a reason. We are the beacon of American progress, and we will not let anyone, especially not a failed former president, extinguish that light.
You just heard the choice. You can have Gavin Newsom's America, homeless people on the streets, criminals running wild, open borders, and high taxes. Or you can have my America, a secure border, a booming economy, safe streets, and America first. The California nightmare or the American dream. The choice is yours. On Election Day, we will choose the American dream. We will make America great again.